Hello, everybody. Welcome in to the stream. Tonight, I am Dean the Turkey Likester, and you are watching Once Upon a Turkey Leg. Tonight is a special edition. It is Valentine's Day themed, and I've got a couple of stories that I think fits the occasion. At least one of them is um, specifically Valentine's Day, but the second story that I'll read tonight, I think works and is really good um, for that for the theme. So welcome in everybody. If you're watching on the replay, make sure you leave me a comment below in the comments and let me know that you watched. And everyone watching live, hello. Let me say hello. I've got a couple of friends in the chat. Dawn, the Hitchhiking Bones, gobbletastic greetings. Everyone, happy Valentine's Day. Yes. Let me just shout out. I just put up a short on the channel. Pretty bird from the Brevard Zoo that I was at the Brevard Zoo the other day. Had a nice visit there. And I've got a couple other shorts to put up on the channel in the coming days. Brian, welcome in. Hello. Happy Thursday to you. Hope you're doing well. And Tina McNeil, welcome in. Happy Thursday. And also to Chuck. No, Chuck, you'll be listening or watching later. Or right now, maybe you're watching. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and get into the stories pretty quickly here. I want to make sure I don't go over my time, but I do want to let you guys know that I am going to be live on a separate stream coming up here at 9:45 for Eastern Time, and for a very short shopping haul stream. So that will be a separate stream coming up here in a little bit, right after I end this stream. It'll be at 9:45. So hopefully you can catch me on that, and that is up on the channel. So without further ado, let me go ahead with the stories. Before I do that, gotta show you this again. This is my little decor, my Valentine's decor. Valentine's card that I have sitting out here. It's peanuts. Happy Valentine's Day. And on the inside it says, happiness is having a Valentine like you. Really fun. Love the peanuts. Love, love, love the peanuts. So that is sitting right here. I'll move it out to the table after the stream. It'll sit out on the table. Yes, absolutely. That is the link right there. Let me pop over to YouTube really quickly, and I'm going to pin that to the top of the chat. I promise I'll get into the stories. There we go. All right, guys. So here we go. Valentine's Day. First story tonight on the theme of Peanuts, the Peanuts gang. I have a Charlie Brown Valentine. This is by Charles M. Scholes. And welcome in Mandy Adams. Hello. And Dave Stragan. Welcome in. Hello, hello. So here we go. A Charlie Brown Valentine. Based on the animated skit special, the text was adapted by Natalie Shaw, illustrated by Robert Pope. Valentine's Day is around the corner. Charlie Brown and his friends were busy preparing for the big day and hoping to receive Valentines of their own. Valentine's Day puzzles me, Chuck, Peppermint Patty confides in him. If someone gives you a great big Valentine, does that mean they love you? Charlie Brown thinks for a moment. I don't think the size of the card really matters, he replies. Peppermint Patty looks confused. Have you received a lot of Valentine's Day cards? She asks. Welcome in Julie Gerbil and Jason Thibodeau. Welcome in. Hello. Not even one, Charlie Brown admits, but I have a feeling this will be the year. Just then, Snoopy walks by with a wheelbarrow full of valentines. Good grief, thinks Charlie Brown. For Charlie Brown, Valentine's Day is just like any other day. As usual, he has a particular special someone on his mind. I'd give anything to be able to talk to that little red-haired girl, he says to himself at lunch as she walks by. The amazing thing is, I know I'm the kind of person she would like. I'm not the greatest person who ever lived, of course. But who is? Welcome in Noah, Noah, welcome in, and Kay will be welcome in, hello. It turns out someone does think Charlie Brown is special. Marcy. She is making a valentine for him. When her friend Peppermint Patty finds out, she is surprised. You can't do that. He'll think you like him. Peppermint Patty tells Marcy. I do. I'm very fond of Charles, Marcy replies. That's when Peppermint Patty really realizes she likes Charlie Brown too. Ooh. After school, Marcy walks to Charlie Brown's house and asks him an important question. I may or may not be sending you a Valentine, Charles, so I need to know something. Do you like me? Marcy asks. Do I what? Charlie Brown says, not really listening. What? Forget it, Marcy tells him. Marcy tells Peppermint Patty she isn't giving a Valentine to Charlie Brown. Wait, did I? Marcy tells Peppermint Patty she isn't giving a Valentine to Charlie Brown after all. The next day, Peppermint Patty walks home with Charlie Brown and stands by as he checks the mailbox. When he sees an envelope inside with his name on it, his face lights up. Got a letter, Chuck? Peppermint Patty asks him, smiling. Charlie Brown reads it aloud. You know you like me, and in my own way, I like you too. Oops. Then he turns to Peppermint Patty and says excitedly, I think it's from that little red-haired girl. Peppermint Patty scowls. That letter is from me. You like me, Chuck, she insists. I do? Charlie Brown asks. He doesn't want to hurt her feelings, but he really thought the little red-haired girl sent him a Valentine. I guess it is too good to be true, he thinks. Charlie Brown can't help it. His heart belongs to the little red-haired girl. He is determined to find the courage to give her a Valentine. So he makes a card and shows it to Sally and Snoopy. Sally is worried. What if she laughs in your face? She asks her big brother. Charlie Brown sighs. At least I'd be near her. Charlie Brown asks Snoopy to help him practice delivering the card. Charlie Brown goes outside their house, holds out the Valentine, and rings the doorbell. Snoopy comes out wearing a bright red wig. He isn't much help, so Charlie Brown sets off for the little red-haired girl's house, rehearsing his speech on the way. Gloria, welcome in. Welcome in. Happy Thursday. And a happy Valentine's Day Eve, everybody. Here, sweet little red-haired girl, I made this Valentine for you, Charlie Brown says as he walks. Then he gulps and begins again. Here, I hope you like this Valentine as much as I like you. He tries out a few different smiles and even a wink, but he is too nervous. When he spots a mailbox, he quickly drops the Valentine inside without even signing his name on the card. Oh my goodness. Hello, Amy. Welcome in AJC Magic TV. Next, Charlie Brown decides to buy some candy for the little red-haired girl. I'd like to buy a box of candy for a girl who doesn't know I exist, he confesses to the candy store clerk. But nothing too expensive, ma'am. I'll never have the nerve to give it to her anyway. Charlie Brown makes it all the way to the little red-haired girl's house. before stopping at a tree near her front door, too afraid to move closer. Maybe I can hide behind this tree and hold out this box of candy, he thinks, and when she comes by, she'll take it out of my hand. He gets as far as hiding behind the tree and holding out the candy before realizing how silly he looks and heading home. Ah. Then Charlie Brown gets the idea to invite the little red-haired girl to the school's Valentine's Day dance. But he asks Linus to find out if she likes him first. He sits across the room from you, Charlie Brown overhears Linus saying to the little red-haired girl. By the window. No, in the last row. Well, sort of a round face. No, brown, like town. She doesn't even know who Charlie Brown is. Finally, Lucy tells Charlie Brown to just walk up to the little red-haired girl and introduce himself. I can't talk to her, Charlie Brown blurts out. She has a pretty face, and pretty faces makes me nervous. Lucy is furious. How come my face doesn't make you nervous? Huh? I have a pretty face. How come you can talk to me? Oh, uh, oh dear. So Charlie Brown runs away and decides to ask Sally to deliver a note since he had trouble before. He hides as Sally rings the doorbell. Will she laugh? Or can she possibly like me too? He wonders. Then Sally returns, hands back the note, and shrugs. She couldn't read your smudgy writing. I can't stand it, Charlie Brown sighs. Oh, man. At school, Linus urges Charlie Brown to seize the moment. Ask her right now. Charlie Brown is too scared. She's something, and I'm nothing, he explains. If I were something and she were nothing, I could talk to her. Or if she were something and I were something. Or if she were nothing and I were nothing. You know, Charlie Brown, for a nothing, you're really something, Linus says. On Valentine's Day, Charlie Brown and Snoopy get all dressed up and head to school for the dance. Dogs can't come in, says the boy at the door. This kid thought it was a costume ball, so he wore a dog suit, Charlie Brown explains. It works. Soon they are on the dance floor, and Charlie Brown spots the little red-haired girl. She's just waiting for you to go to ask her to dance, Linus says. Go on. Charlie Brown's knees are shaking. His heart is pounding. He takes one step and then another. I'm going to ask her. I'm getting there. I'm. That's when Peppermint Patty and Marcy pull him onto the dance floor. You sly devil, says Peppermint Patty. We've been looking for you. Soon it's time for the last dance. But the little red-haired girl is already dancing with Snoopy. Good grief, Charlie Brown sighs, realizing that this was his last chance. Then he has a happy thought. Linus, maybe she sent me a Valentine, but it was delayed in the mail. Maybe it's in the mailbox right now. A real fancy Valentine with lace. So the next morning, Charlie Brown opens the mailbox. Charlie Brown opens the mailbox, and Snoopy pops out and gives him a big kiss. Snoopy hops to the ground and starts dancing. Then Charlie Brown and Linus are dancing too. Charlie Brown is disappointed that the little red-haired girl didn't send him a Valentine, but he is happy to have such good friends. Besides, there is always next year, he thinks. It is a very happy Valentine's Day after all. And that is the end of A Charlie Brown Valentine. It's our first story tonight. Hello, Jennifer. Welcome in. Hello, hello. Welcome in and happy Valentine's Day to everybody. I've been saying it, but to everyone here, there's a few people that came in during the first story there, and yes. So, without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and continue with the second story tonight. This isn't an official Valentine's themed, story, but it's a sweet story, and I think it fits very well. Give me one moment. Need to sip some water. There we go. Okay. So this story features characters from Disney's Beauty and the Beast. This is What's Wrong, Philippe? What's wrong, Philippe? It was a beautiful sunny morning when Belle arrived at Philippe's stable with a special surprise for her friend. Look what I have, she said happily. The first carrots of the season. I picked them just for you. Philippe Philippe sniffed the carrots, but when Belle offered him one, he gently butted her hands away. Is something wrong? Belle asked. Philippe hung his head and gave a little sigh. Something is not right, thought Belle. Philippe was so gloomy. Hmm. Belle decided that she simply had to cheer up Philippe. But how? She hurried to the library and gathered all the books about horses she could find. Sacre bleu! Cried Lumiere when he, Chip, and Cogsworth saw all the books. What are you doing, princess? I'm trying to find a way to cheer up Philippe, explained Belle. Ah, said Lumiere, before you came and freed us from the spell, we often used to be sad. We always found a way to cheer up. You must decorate his stable, suggested Lumiere. I do believe that music is the key to happiness, said Cogsworth. Or how about a bubble bath? Chip chimed in, sorry. That makes me very happy. Belle decided to give each idea a try. First, she arranged the stable with Lumiere's help. Voila! He exclaimed. What more could a horse ask for? Philippe just stared sadly out the window. I wish I knew, said Belle. Oh. Next, Cogsworth set up an orchestra in the stable. Philippe didn't seem to enjoy the concert. But at least his appetite is back, said Belle. Oh. Finally, she gave him a bubble bath. Although Philippe was shiny and sweet smelling, he was still glum. Maybe the prince will know what to do, said Chip. Belle found the prince in his study, and she explained everything to him. I wish I knew what was wrong with Philippe, she said. Do you have any suggestions? The prince thought for a moment. Maybe a walk would do him good, he said. A good walk would always cheer me up. Of course, cried Belle. What a wonderful idea. There is Belle, the prince, and then they're talking. Do 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 do. Do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do. Quickly, Belle changed into her riding clothes and hurried to fetch Philip's saddle. When he saw her coming, he perked right up. Would you like an apple? Asked Belle. Philip's steps were slow and heavy. It was clear his heart wasn't in it. Oh man, what's wrong with Philippe? Belle did not give up. I bet a good gallop would do the trick, she said. Belle leaned forward and snapped the reins, but Philippe just began nibbling the clover. Oh, Philippe, said Belle in despair. I don't know what else to do. Suddenly, Philippe's ears perked up. Then he charged off like a racehorse towards the woods. Whoa! Cried Belle. Philippe, where are you going? Oh, something got Philippe. At last they emerged from the trees into a clearing filled with beautiful wild horses. Philippe whinnied, and several of the horses answered him. Belle realized what Philippe had wanted. Not a fancy stable, not music, not a bubble bath. What Philippe had wanted was to be with other horses. Ah, it's okay, Belle told Philippe. Go have fun. Philippe trotted eagerly over to the herd. All afternoon, Belle watched Philippe play. Soon, he had even made a friend. Oh, said Belle as the sun was setting, we've got to go home. I promise we'll come back soon. On the way to the castle, they heard the sound of hoofs. Look at that, Philippe, Belle exclaimed. Your new friend is following you. Belle and Philippe slowed their pace, and the shy mare drew closer and closer. By the time they reached the castle, the two horses were walking side by side. Oh. Welcome to our castle, Belle told the mare. We're honored to have you as our guest. Belle hurried to fix up the stable. There now, she said. This looks like a stable where a horse or two could live happily ever after. And that was exactly what they did. So that is what was wrong with Philippe. Just needed a sweetheart, needed that love. And that's our second story on tonight's edition of Once Upon a Turkey Leg. And that, my friends, wraps up this Valentine's Day edition of Once Upon a Turkey Leg. I hope you enjoyed that. And I hope that you have a lovely, beautiful Valentine's Day. A good day, whatever you're doing, however you're celebrating. Um, so, I'm going to go ahead and wrap up the stream. Once again, if you notice the pinned comment up there at the top, from the Hitchhiking Bones there, Dawn. That is the link to my next stream, my bonus stream tonight. In about 10 minutes, I will be live for a very short, brief Goodwill shopping haul here on the channel. Little bonus for you tonight. It won't be that long. I won't keep you up too late. So come on over and I'll show you a couple things that I found on my little adventure today. So until next time, until next week when we'll have more fun stories here on Once Upon a Turkey Leg, I hope that you have a gobbletastic evening. Don't forget Tuesday also, Let's Talk Turkey. And take care, guys. And we'll see you next time. Mark, hello. Happy Valentine's Day. I'll see you all in just a few minutes or next week, whichever comes sooner.